Okay, I have a brief update for you guys. Last video that I made, I said I opened an Instagram, and I've been on Gab for several months now, and I said that Twitter banned me. Okay. Well, after that happened, I sold my Twitter stock. It was only a couple $100 worth, and it was an 80% loss to me. But if it was an 80% loss, it's going to be a greater loss in the future. Now, I originally said that Twitter sent me an email telling me your account is suspended, showing me a tweet they didn't like where I told another adult that Madonna was a whore. Now, to put that into perspective, Madonna threatened to kill the president, and then a day later she posted on Twitter, "Fuck Donald Trump, fuck the Secret Service," and double emoji, woman painting her fingernails. Like, the movies, you watch a movie, woman's painting her fingernails. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Madonna still has her verified Twitter account after threatening to kill the president and saying fuck the president and fuck Secret Service. Okay. Now, even though the account was disabled, I could still look at certain things. And I went onto the account to look for people to see if I could find them on Instagram or YouTube or Gab or Facebook, so I could maintain contact with people that I, have had friendship with the past couple of years. And I'm doing this off and on for a couple of days. And then last Sunday, which is going to be a week ago in a couple hours, I go on, and I guess I get my notifications. So I click on it, and it's a conversation going on that my name is tagged in, and it says lying about it will make it better, and the person misspelled lying. So there was a 11 tweet conversation where a whole bunch of guys were dropping my name. One account was a verified account, woman, and these are all adults, by the way. And the youngest one, who appeared to be the ringleader, is a woman in her late teens to early 20s. No older than 22 at the most. And the person that said lying, they had seen my latest YouTube video where I explained why Twitter told me to get the fuck out. Because I told another adult in a private conversation that Madonna was a whore. Okay. They probably thought that I was lying. They probably either thought that Twitter told me the truth, or they probably thought that I knew what was going on. And the verified woman said, I'm screaming, he looks like a monkey. The young woman, the ringleader, said, I'm watching the Parkland shooting. Not the Parkland shooting first video, I'm sitting here. The second Parkland video were updated. Alright, literal. It's like, oh my god, he's got a cell phone on his belt. She literally said that. One guy said, yeah, I've been watching for 45 minutes, and he definitely has mental issues. One guy said my videos are dumber than my tweets. That's impossible. One guy said I'm on medication, painkillers, whatever the fuck. I'm on medication. Okay. So I go on the young woman's page, one who appears to be the ringleader. She posted a picture of me on her page saying, remember that guy we all reported and shit like that? Oh, he's banned now. And there's a couple other guys below us, celebrating, gifts and memes. Oh my god, thank God, I can't believe it took this long. Holy shit, about time. Here's what happened. 6 or 7 people who I don't think I ever talked to in my life. Maybe if I was doing a 20-person thread, they might have been there somewhere. But 6 or 7 guys, all of them adults, men and women. Some of them are not even using their real face, they're using like the fake pictures that are not really their face, whatever. They went on an active campaign to actively go into my account and report shit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I talk to adults, I curse a lot. You've seen on this channel. If I'm in a conversation with adults, I curse. If I'm angry about an issue in the world, I curse. Period. Am I sorry about that? Not really. Does it violate community guidelines? Possibly. Now, one person said that I was stalking my favorite gymnast, which is definitely not true. One person legitimately asked if I was the guy that several months ago said a rude word about someone who insulted me. More in a minute. And a couple people didn't think that I should be following gymnasts. Okay. Now, I followed over 1,000 people on Twitter. Of that over 1,000, maybe 36 were gymnasts. 1/3 of 1%, roughly. Of that 36, 3 dozen, whatever it was, I probably talked to about 30. Like, got a response from them, which is they liked something, or retweeted something, or commented something to me. Some will be every once in a distant blue moon, and some are more frequent than others. Okay, the average age of these gymnasts was maybe 30. They were Olympians dating back from 1976 up until 2016. Okay? And some of these people, I follow their boyfriends, their husbands, their siblings. 2 gymnasts, I follow their mother. 2 gymnasts, I follow both their parents, mother and father. 1 gymnast, also an adult obviously, liked over a dozen of my tweets. And she was on a binge one night. She was in a very good mood. She had a very good night of competition. And she binge liked maybe half a dozen of my tweets in like less than an hour. Okay. Her father, I followed him, and I followed her father, and her father and I talked almost every night for a couple weeks straight. Now, when I talk to gymnasts, I try as hard as I can not to curse, and I never cursed around my favorite. I cursed around my husband a couple of times, but not her. Reason being is, it's really not appropriate to curse in front of ladies. Also, you have to understand that even though some of these ladies are well into their 30s and retired over 10 years ago, they still have young fans who have seen history and are fans of them. Okay? And it's really not appropriate if I'm talking to a gymnast and a young fan comes on and reads my tweet and every other word on my mouth is fuck. That's inappropriate. Okay? Also, some of these gymnasts have kids under 10 years old, and the last thing I want to do is get a complaint from them that their kids read their tweets and I responded with fuck this shit. Okay? In fact, one particular gymnast admitted that her 4-year-old daughter can unlock her phone. Okay? So the last thing I wanted was her 4-year-old daughter to come on and say, "Mommy, what does motherfucker mean?" Okay, that wasn't gonna happen. So I tried as hard as I could to keep it clean. as far as rudeness, there were at least 5 or 6 gymnasts that I have inside jokes with. Which is, I'll say something and you'll look at it and be like, holy shit, that was rude, what the fuck is wrong with you? But they understand what I'm saying. It's an inside joke, we're cool, not a big deal. Okay? And is it possible that these guys were creeping on my page, reported these tweets that were inside jokes, and the Twitter support guys looked at it and thought it was rude? And they didn't know it was on a joke? Okay? Is it possible that if I talk to someone 5 days in a row, that could be considered excessive tweeting? Is it possible if we were talking about a big subject and I would tweet, a large tweet that would take 3 tweets to establish, and that would be considered excessive tweeting? Okay. Stay on the gymnast subject now. Half of these gymnasts that I follow are Larry Nassar victims. Now, one time, some idiot was asking about one of the gymnasts being a steroid junkie. And I explained that this gymnast is on medication and she has prescriptions and notes from her doctor, and the governing body of the sport is aware of that. He didn't get the answer and he wanted to be a jerk off, so I let it go. And this wasn't a friend that first kidding around, this was a guy that was genuinely being mean to her. And he was saying it on a thread that was talking about her being a victim of sexual abuse. So I said, dude, wrong place, wrong time. One other idiot took it a step lower and said that this gymnast who was sexually abused, because she did not come out earlier, it's her fault. The other gymnast was abused. And if you've read up on the Larry Nassar case, you'll know that's bullshit. And I told this asshole what I thought of him. That was the end of it. And there was one asshole who literally told me on my favorite gymnast page that her father is in hell. Her father and her had some serious problems. They made peace. He gave her fiance his blessing. He gave her away at the wedding. He died while she was pregnant with her child, her second child. She forgave him on his deathbed. And her perception of him is that her father is in heaven. And the fastest way to get into a fight with her is to badmouth her father. This guy told me on her page her father is in hell. I told him a few words. No foul language though. That was the end of it. Another woman told me on another occasion that I was a rape apologist because I supported my favorite gymnast, which is fucking lunacy. Okay. Now, these incidents happened. That was the end of it. I let them go. There was one incident where I specifically gave a gymnast a piece of my mind, and I was not joking around. But this gymnast had thousands upon thousands of followers, and it's entirely possible that she didn't even see my comment. When her teammate came out as a sexual abuse victim, when I was in school, they taught us words never to say to sexual abuse victims, period. She told her teammate not in a private conversation, she told her teammate via Twitter the worst thing you can say about a sexual abuse victim, and she said it at the worst possible time. And I went on her page, and I told her she needed to apologize, and I told her what she said was disgusting, and I said, how dare you say that about your friend? Then I was talking about it with my favorite gymnast's husband, and I told him that if I had said that phrase about her, I said, your wife would have came over here and punched me in the face, and she would have been right too. That was the only time I said a comment directly towards a gymnast, and I wasn't the only one. She was getting comments like that up the ass. Another incident, an individual insulted me, and several months later, I made a rude remark about the individual who insulted me. I admit it. On another occasion, a woman was telling me that, and she brought this up, the woman said that the person that insulted me was, quote, the worst. She said that she had a 9-year-old niece and a 9-year-old daughter, and the person that insulted me had met her 9-year-old niece and a 9-year-old daughter in person in real life, and then later on via Twitter, they asked her a simple question, and she insulted them. Now, do these guys creeping on my page see that conversation? And are they actively trying to get that woman in trouble now? I don't know. I only talked to her once or twice, and I can't think of her username, and I can't get in touch with her. If I could, I'd tell these guys are out there, block them because they're looking to get people in trouble. Okay? And these guys actively went on my page and actively sought things to bitch about. Maybe I was talking to another adult and I cursed, they reported that, but they tried as hard as they could to get me in trouble. Now, a long time ago, 2 years ago, I used to talk to the guy that plays Riddler on Gotham. I talked to him dozens of times, and I thought he was a great guy. 2 years ago, the guy that plays Riddler on Gotham said that there are some states it is legal to give electric shocks to teenagers, gay teenagers. Okay. So I explained to him that many years ago, electric shock treatments happened every 5 minutes in the mental institutions. But when mental institutions were formed, they stopped doing that. Homosexuality has not been a mental illness since 1972 in this country. That means, even though a mental institution will treat homosexual people for mental illness, they will not treat them for homosexuality itself, because homosexuality is no longer a mental illness under United States law, nor under psychiatric conditions. So, in short, it is not legal in any state in this country to give electric shock treatments to gay teenagers. And electric shock treatments are, you strap someone to a table, you put an electric conductor to their brain, and you shock their brain. That is, if you go to an asylum today, that is literally the last thing they do. They literally try every single thing in the book and do that when everything else fails. In order to do that, they must have written permission from a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a dual doctorate. They have a PhD in psychology and they have a medical doctorate. that person, when everything else has failed, must give a written order to conduct electric shock treatments. If you do an electric shock treatment without an order from a psychiatrist, you will go to prison. There's no loophole. This idiot would not understand that. So he insulted my gay cousin. I have a cousin who was a lesbian. And he insulted her and my family. And I still have the email from AOL about that. Like AOL sent the tweets to email. I still have it. I unfollowed him. I told him he was an asshole. Over the course of a year, other idiots liked his tweet, and I told them he was an asshole. He's since taken the tweet down, but like I said, I have a copy of it in case he wants to deny in the future. And I've seen him many times. Will have seen him because someone that follows me retweets him. Someone that I follow likes his tweet. Okay, I've seen him in the pages. You know what I do? Keep on scrolling. I keep on scrolling. Because I don't care to bother with him. Since I've been on social media, 2005 opening a MySpace page, the only time I will actively report your messages is if you're making a terroristic threat, or if you're showing animal abuse, or if you're showing child pornography. You literally have to break the law in order for me to report your messages and your tweets and your shit like that. Otherwise, I just keep on ignoring you. I'll block you or pick up my mind. I'll just ignore you. So now, some of these people were upset because 1/3 of 1% of my followings were gymnasts. Okay, I'm an adult and they're adults. We want to have a conversation. That is none of your fucking business. Also, someone legitimately asked if this is in response to me saying a rude comment many months ago about someone who insulted me. If the person that insulted me is willing to apologize to me, I will in turn apologize to that person and I will shake their hand in public. I will do that. Okay? But you being upset that 1/3 of 1% of my followings are gymnasts, or you being upset that I said a rude word about someone that insulted me many months ago, that's fine. But to actively come on my page and report everything I'm saying and doing, hoping I get thrown off, is psychotic. And on top of that, after I've been thrown off, these people are now creeping on my YouTube channel. They're not commenting me. I'm not seeing any of the comments from them, but they're on my YouTube channel. You know, you're looking at my YouTube page for 45 minutes straight, and you call me a psycho. You're saying I look like a monkey. You're saying I have a cell phone clipped to my belt. Okay, let's put this in real life. If a half a dozen people sat outside someone's house every day for several months and followed that person, and if that person put a quarter in the parking meter and they sat outside and waited for the parking meter to expire and called parking authority to give them a ticket, if they saw that person spit on the sidewalk, or if they saw that person jaywalk and they called the police, if they got in their car and followed that person on the highway, and the minute they drove 60 miles an hour in a 55-mile zone, they called state troopers to get that person in trouble, and if they sat outside that person's house And one guy texted his friend saying, yeah, I've been watching this guy for 45 minutes. He has legit mental issues. Oh yeah, I was sitting outside his house last night. He was like a monkey. Or, yeah, I was sitting outside his house too. He has a cell phone clipped on his belt. Okay? Those people will be arrested and charged with felony aggravated stalking. Seriously. And if they went to court and said, well, Your Honor, several months ago, this guy said a rude word about someone. Okay, that's why I'm always calling the police on him, and I was calling Park Authority on him, and I was watching him. Okay? Or if they said, well, Your Honor, 1/3 of 1% of the guys that he talks to in a year are volleyball players. I don't like that. Okay? They would have a psychological evaluation before trial. Okay? Now, what should Twitter have done? Okay. Every social media site I've been on for many years has said, if you see something that is very, very, very disturbing, you have a right to report it to us. And we'll examine it, and we'll delete it, and we'll tell the person that they violated this, that, and the code, whatever. Okay, but social media sites often warn people that if you continually look for someone and continually report them, hoping to get them in trouble, that itself is a form of harassment. So what Twitter should have done is told these people, yes, Vinny says bad words. Okay? And yes, Vinny talks a lot. But because we allow Bill Ayers, the terrorist who blew up NYPD headquarters, to have a page, because we allow Madonna to maintain a verified page after threatening to kill the president, because we allow Logan Paul to have a verified page after showing a dead body hanging from a tree, because we allow Linda Sarsour to have a page after supporting Sharia law, and because we allow Black Lives Matter to have a verified page after threatening to murder police officers, we are not in any position to judge Vinny because he curses a lot. Yes, cursing a lot is a violation of our terms, but because we allow terrorists to maintain a verified page, we can't condemn Vinny. Now, you on the other hand, you don't follow Vinny. Vinny doesn't follow you. You don't talk to him. He probably doesn't even know you exist. Yes, we're sorry that he said a bad word many months ago about someone, okay? Yes, we're sorry that 1/3 of 1% of his followings are gymnasts, okay? But you need to just leave Vinny the fuck alone. And rather than spend every single day for several months looking at Vinny's page for violations to report, you should be talking to a psychiatrist before you end up on the fucking news. And then Twitter should have told me, Vinny, these 6 or 7 people are always coming on your page and always reporting every single thing you do. Every time you curse, every time you make a joke, every time you just poke fun at someone playing around, every time you say a mean thing, they come and report it to us. So we suggest that A, you stop saying mean things because it's hurtful. But we also suggest that you block these people because they shouldn't be doing this. And Twitter did not do that. Twitter chose to entertain these complaints, and I don't know how many there were. There were 6 or 7 guys, and they, by their own admission, were always reporting me, always complaining about me. Okay? And by my own admission, I had a lot of tweets with bad words to give them fuel. If they're still creeping on my YouTube channel, my reply to them is cease and desist effective immediately. I saved your comments about me, monkey, okay, psycho, okay, mental pro. I saved those comments on my email. And you were not welcome in my life. Now, for guys that like me, I am on here, and you're welcome to come here and be in my company. I am on Gab, VinnyS914. I am on Instagram, VinnyS914. I just started my own Facebook blog, VinnyS914. And for those that want to keep me company, you are welcome. For those that are upset that I said a bad word, for those that don't think that I should talk to gymnasts that I've been a fan of for many years and get along very well, you are not welcome. Okay, you are not welcome. I cannot stress that enough. You are not welcome around me at all. You don't like me? Join the club. Okay? But I don't care. Okay, thank you guys.